Egypt to go to the field to see these remains of this temple, to be sure that this remains has the possibility of being the lost tomb of Cleopatra.
Have you ever considered the mysteries that our past may still contain for us? A group of archaeologists may have solved one of history's greatest mysteries after nearly 20 years of investigation. Some believe that an abandoned tunnel beneath a temple in Egypt leads to the location of Cleopatra and Mark Anthony's missing tomb. The fact that the Egyptian queen was once the mistress of Julius Caesar and later married Mark Antony has made her famous in history and on stage. She became ruler upon the death of her father, Ptolemy XII, in 51 BCE. She took the throne and governed alongside her son, Ptolemy XV Caesar, and two brothers, Ptolemy XIII and Ptolemy XIV. When the Romans under the command of Octavian defeated Antony and Cleopatra's combined army, Romans then invaded Egypt and conquered it. Cleopatra had a greater impact on Roman politics than any other woman of her day, and she became the archetype of the romantic femme fatale. Under the ruins of Egypt's Osiris Magna Temple, explorers uncovered a natural cave. Recently, a remarkable discovery has ignited excitement among archaeologists and history enthusiasts alike. Hidden beneath the ancient Osiris Magna Temple in Egypt lies a mysterious tunnel stretching an impressive 4,265 feet and buried 43 feet underground. The Egyptian Ministry of Tourism and Antiquities has hailed this underground marvel as a geometric miracle, reminiscent of the awe-inspiring cave of Eupalinos on the Greek island of Samos. An eminent archaeologist from the University of Santo Domingo named Kathleen Martinez first made the remarkable discovery public. Her name may sound familiar, as she shares her husband's name with none other than Mark Anthony, Cleopatra's beloved partner. It is worth noting that Cleopatra's story is intertwined with tragedy, as both she and Mark Anthony chose to end their lives when faced with the overwhelming might of Octavian's Roman army. Interestingly, Emperor Augustus, their conqueror, granted Cleopatra a poignant favor in death. It is believed that permission was granted for her to be buried alongside Mark Antony, symbolizing their eternal bond. Their three children, however, were spared and raised as Roman citizens, shedding light on the profound impact Cleopatra had even on her adversaries. Given Cleopatra's status as a pharaoh, there is speculation that she and Mark Antony may have undergone the elaborate process of mummification. Ancient Egyptians used the intricate technique of mummification to preserve human remains. This involved carefully extracting the organs, except for the heart, which was considered vital for eternal life. Natron, a salt-like substance renowned for its water-absorbing properties, played a crucial role in drying out the bodies and preventing decay. The brain was delicately removed through the nostrils to avoid damage, while a side incision allowed for the extraction of other organs. These organs were either placed in canopic jars and interred alongside the body or preserved separately. The body itself was adorned in linen and laid to rest with personal belongings before the tomb was sealed. The combination of historical accounts, archaeological evidence, and the enigmatic tunnel beneath Osiris Magna Temple has ignited hopes of unraveling the final resting place of Cleopatra and Mark Antony. As this captivating journey continues, we eagerly await the truth behind one of the world's most renowned stories, a tale that has immortalized Cleopatra as the epitome of a captivating and influential woman in ancient times. Undeterred by countless ignored emails, Martinez's unwavering dedication led her to the Osiris Magna, a temple dedicated to Osiris, the god of the dead, located just outside Alexandria, Egypt. In her tireless pursuit, Martinez caught the support and expertise of esteemed historians, including Zahi Hawass, who was well versed in Egypt's rich historical artifacts. At the time, Hawass held the esteemed position of Minister of Egypt's Artifacts. Through her persuasive arguments, Martinez convinced Dr. Hawass to grant her a 2-month excavation permit at Osiris Magna. Since 2004, excavation work has been ongoing at the site. However, the recent discovery has sparked tremendous excitement and serves as the most promising evidence yet that Martinez is on the right track in her search for Cleopatra's tomb. In an interview with the blog Legacy Key, Martinez passionately declared that Osiris Magna is a prime candidate for Cleopatra's resting place. With unwavering determination, she stated, "If there's a 1% chance that the last queen of Egypt is buried there, it's my job to find her." The potential discovery of Cleopatra's tomb would undoubtedly rank among the most significant achievements of the 21st century. Even if the elusive tomb remains elusive, the excavations have already yielded remarkable findings. Among the discoveries are mummies adorned with golden tongues and a cemetery where mummies were interred facing the temple in the Greco-Roman style. These findings lend further credence to Martinez's hypothesis that a royal tomb was constructed within the temple complex. As the excavation continues to unfold, we are caught up in the captivating journey of Kathleen Martinez, whose determination and unwavering belief may soon reveal the secrets of one of history's most iconic figures. Whether or not Cleopatra's tomb is ultimately unveiled, the significance of the discoveries already made at and around the Osiris Magna Temple cannot be understated. This ongoing exploration stands as a testament to the relentless pursuit of knowledge and the indomitable spirit of those who seek to uncover the mysteries of our past. Within the vicinity of the discovered cave, an array of intriguing artifacts has come to light, adding to the excitement surrounding the potential Cleopatra connection. Among these remarkable findings is a bust believed to depict the iconic queen herself, along with a collection of 22 coins featuring her visage. Some tangible representations provide tantalizing glimpses into the past and serve as vivid reminders of Cleopatra's captivating reign. The recent excavation has also unveiled two exquisite alabaster figures from the Ptolemaic era. One of these figures, resembling a majestic sphinx, exudes an air of mystery and power, transporting us further into the enigmatic world of ancient Egypt. Additionally, numerous clay pots and vessels have been unearthed, offering glimpses into the daily lives and customs of the people who once inhabited this remarkable site. It's worth noting that part of the cave lies underground, likely a consequence of seismic activity that shook the area between 320 and 1303 CE. These natural disasters, such as earthquakes, could have contributed to the downfall of the magnificent Osiris Magna Temple. This realization adds another layer of understanding and significance to the ongoing excavation, showcasing the impact of both human and natural forces on the ancient structures. While we eagerly anticipate the potential discovery of Cleopatra's tomb, it is worth acknowledging another monumental archaeological triumph, the unearthing of King Tutankhamun's tomb by the legendary Howard Carter in the Valley of the Kings, located outside Luxor a century ago. This extraordinary find stands as one of Egypt's most celebrated historical achievements, capturing the world's imagination and offering unprecedented insights into the opulent and mysterious world of ancient Egyptian royalty. Even a century after its discovery, the spot where King Tutankhamun's tomb was unearthed continues to intrigue and captivate experts and scholars. One of the intriguing questions surrounding this iconic tomb is whether there are hidden rooms yet to be revealed. Nicholas Reeves, a distinguished British Egyptologist, has long held the belief that the tomb may have been originally intended as the final resting place for Nefertiti, the renowned queen and stepmother of the young pharaoh. To understand Cleopatra's connection to King Tutankhamun's era, it is essential to delve into her own lineage and historical context. Cleopatra, the daughter of King Ptolemy XII, hailed from the Macedonian dynasty, which had ruled Egypt since the death of Alexander the Great in 323 BCE until the Roman takeover in 30 BCE. While Cleopatra's Macedonian heritage overshadowed her Egyptian ancestry, she made efforts to immerse herself in Egyptian culture. Even Plutarch claimed that Cleopatra was the only member of her family to devote time to learning the Egyptian language. Politically astute, she even adopted the title of the new Isis, distinguishing herself from her predecessor Cleopatra III, who also claimed to embody the goddess Isis. Upon the death of their father in 51 BCE, the throne passed to Cleopatra's younger brother Ptolemy XIII and Cleopatra herself. Though not definitively proven, there is a possibility that Cleopatra and her brother were married shortly after their father's demise. Remarkably, Cleopatra, who was 8 years older than her brother, ascended to the power at the tender age of 18, becoming a formidable ruler in her own right. In the eventful year of 50 BCE, a significant change occurred when an official order placed Ptolemy's name before Cleopatra's, indicating a shift in power dynamics. This shift forced Cleopatra to leave Egypt and seek refuge in Syria. While in Syria, she gathered an army and later returned to Egypt, where she met her brother at Pelusium on the eastern border in 48 BCE. Cleopatra was well aware that, in order to reclaim her throne, she needed the support of the Romans, particularly Julius Caesar. Both Caesar and Cleopatra saw an opportunity to benefit from their alliance, using each other to safeguard their respective kingdoms. Caesar required financial assistance to settle the debts left by Cleopatra's father, while Cleopatra was determined to preserve her kingdom and restore the glory of the early Ptolemies, reclaiming as much territory as possible, including parts of southern Syria and Palestine. During their interaction, Caesar and Cleopatra fell deeply in love, spending a winter together in Alexandria. However, their relationship faced challenges when the city was attacked the following spring. In the face of Roman intervention, Cleopatra's brother, Ptolemy XII, fled and tragically drowned in the Nile. This turn of events led to Cleopatra's restoration to the throne, solidifying her position as the ruler of Egypt. In 47 BCE, Cleopatra married her brother Ptolemy XIV, and later gave birth to a son named Ptolemy Caesar. While the name suggests Caesar as the father, it remains uncertain. When Caesar returned to Rome in 46 BCE, he spent 2 years extinguishing the remnants of Pompey's resistance. As part of the celebrations, a grand 4-day triumph was held, honoring Caesar's victory over enemies from other countries. During this celebration, Cleopatra's younger and more hostile sister, Arsinoe, made a notable appearance. At least once, Cleopatra traveled to Rome with her husband, brother, and their son, marking a significant state visit. Upon Cleopatra's arrival in Rome, she resided in Caesar's private home, situated beyond the Tiber River. During her time in Rome, a golden statue representing Cleopatra was erected in the Temple of Venus Genetrix, an ancestor of the Julian family to which Caesar belonged. This remarkable tribute symbolized the connection between Cleopatra and Caesar's lineage. Tragically, Cleopatra was still in Rome when Julius Caesar was assassinated in 44 BCE. Shortly after her return to Alexandria that same year, her brother and husband, Ptolemy XIV, passed away. Now Cleopatra was left to rule alongside her young son, Ptolemy XV, who bore the name Caesar as a testament to his potential paternity. At this critical juncture, Cleopatra found herself faced with an opportunity to forge an alliance with Mark Anthony, who was in charge of Rome's eastern territories. Antony sent for Cleopatra to come to Tarsus in Asia Minor to explain her actions following Caesar's assassination. Cleopatra, using her charismatic charm, delayed her departure, purposely building up anticipation. Eventually, she embarked on a boat journey up the river to reach the city. Upon her arrival, Antony, dressed as the god Dionysus and identifying himself with the deity, was swept away in the moment. So enthralled was he by Cleopatra's presence that he momentarily forgot about his wife, Fulvia, who was diligently safeguarding his interests in Italy against the rising threat of the young Octavian. Following his escape to Alexandria, Mark Antony treated Cleopatra as an equal and independent queen rather than a subordinate ruler. Together they formed a group known as the Inimitable Lives in Alexandria, which some researchers believe indulged in extravagant and reckless lifestyles. While Antony's loyalty to the mythical god Dionysus was understood by some, Cleopatra gave birth to twins, Alexander Helios and Cleopatra Selene. Around 40 BCE, Antony sent their son Alexander to Italy as part of a diplomatic arrangement that included a temporary peace agreement with Octavian. During this time, Antony married Octavian's sister Octavia. However, after 3 years of marriage, Antony believed that he and Octavian could never reconcile, as he was no longer tied to Octavia. He returned to Egypt and remarried Cleopatra, driven by the need for her financial support in his delayed invasion of Parthia. In return, Cleopatra sought the return of vast territories, including parts of Syria, Lebanon, and the valuable balsam groves of Jericho to Egypt. Although Antony's costly and unsuccessful war against the Parthians, like the brief capture of Armenia, depleted resources, he was welcomed triumphantly back to Alexandria in 34 BCE. This momentous occasion was followed by the extravagant donations of Alexandria ceremony. Enthusiastic crowds flocked to the gymnasium to witness Cleopatra and Antony seated on golden thrones upon a silver podium, while their children occupied slightly lower thrones on either side. Antony proclaimed Cleopatra's son Caesarion as the legitimate heir of Julius Caesar, challenging Octavian's status as Caesar's adopted son and heir. Caesarion was hailed as the King of Kings, while Cleopatra herself was referred to as the Queen of Kings. Their son Alexander Helios was granted rule over Armenia and territories west of the Euphrates, while their younger son Ptolemy was assigned control over regions east of the Euphrates. Their daughter Cleopatra Selene was designated to rule from Rome. Antony's grand plan was for his extended family to govern the civilized world, a vision that Octavian could not tolerate. In a calculated move, Octavian seized Antony's will from the temple of the Vestal Virgins and accused him of giving Roman assets to a foreign woman, Cleopatra, further asserting that Antony intended to be buried alongside her. This marked the beginning of a propaganda war, intensifying the rivalry between Octavian and Antony. The dramatic saga of Antony and Cleopatra continues to unfold, encompassing love, power, and political alliances, and the clash of ancient civilizations. The stage is set for a tumultuous climax where the fates of these iconic figures and the destiny of the Roman Empire hang in the balance. Amidst the political turmoil, a narrative began to circulate in Egypt claiming that Antony intended to shift the capital from Rome to Alexandria. Seeking respite, Antony and Cleopatra spent the winter of 32 and 31 BCE in Greece. However, their plans were disrupted when the Roman Senate revoked Antony's intended embassy for the following year and declared war against Cleopatra. The decisive moment arrived on September 2, 31 BCE at the naval Battle of Actium. Octavian, leading the Roman forces, confronted Antony and Cleopatra's combined fleet. In this fateful clash, the Egyptian forces suffered defeat, prompting Antony and Cleopatra to retreat back to Egypt. Cleopatra sought solace in her tomb while Antony engaged in his final battle. In a final act of loyalty, Antony informed those around him that Cleopatra had passed away before he succumbed to his circumstances and fell on his own sword. He then made his way to Cleopatra's retreat and passed away there after imploring her to seek reconciliation with Octavian and make peace. Cleopatra, mourning the loss of her beloved, arranged for Antony's burial before taking her own life. Classical accounts suggest that Cleopatra ended her life by means of an asp, a venomous snake. This act was viewed by many as a symbolic representation of divine monarchy. The tale of Cleopatra's tragic demise, intertwined with the image of the serpent, carries a profound sense of destiny and surrender to forces beyond mortal control. The final chapters of Cleopatra and Antony's story, marked by love, sacrifice, and the quest for power, evoke deep emotions and captivate our imaginations. The echoes of their passionate bond and their struggle against the rising power of Octavian resonate throughout history, leaving us with a haunting tale of love, loss, and the indomitable spirit of two extraordinary individuals. So, what are your views on this? Please let us know in the comment section below, and subscribe to our channel for more great content.